Well, folks, we just got a brand new trailer from Marvel Studios looking ahead at our slate for 2025, specifically on Disney Plus. Because, wow, we've got a lot coming next year. Especially looking at, in comparison, this year we got one movie in Deadpool and Wolverine and two shows, X-Men 97 and Agatha All Along. Actually, as we find out, there's going to be another show coming later this year. But we got like 3 times that, maybe 4 times that next year. It's going to be a big one, and we have this great trailer giving us not only new logos and release dates for these series and projects, but also actually first looks at some of them and new footage for others. So definitely very, very excited. So we're going to not waste any more time. We're going to jump right into this. We jump off with it's also a teaser for Deadpool and Wolverine being on Disney Plus. So they kind of go with this theme of the TVA. So we open up with the different TVs at the TVA, just getting some great looks at Daredevil and Ironheart. Our first look at Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man. You got Wolverine down there, White Tiger, looks like some Kingpin, some What If stuff, some Spider-Man stuff. So yeah, definitely very exciting there. And again, this trailer is focusing on the content coming to Disney Plus. So we kick off with Deadpool and Wolverine coming to Disney Plus November 12th. Okay, cool. I'm excited to rewatch it again. Just in time for Thanksgiving. You get the family around for Thanksgiving dinner, and then you end the night with a nice Deadpool and Wolverine watch. How fun would that be? But we are getting What If Season 3 this year on December 22nd. I'm assuming they're going to do what they did last year with Season 2 and do a daily episode release, which I both love and hate. I like it, but I also hate it, just because December 22nd is like the days leading up to Christmas, and therefore a very busy time. And therefore, I'll struggle to try and cover this show. But I've kind of stopped doing the whole weekly, obviously in this case it wouldn't be weekly, but, every single episode review and breakdown, as you may have seen with Agatha. But I'm still very excited for this. Just unfortunate this is going to be the final season of the show. What If was such a cool concept, and it had so much potential. Just the way they went about doing it wasn't the best, but hopefully Season 3 there could be some cool stuff to end it off on a good season, hopefully. Then we have Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man coming January 29th. We're kicking it off very early in the year, not long after What If ends, and we have some great first looks at this. I will admit I'm not a huge fan of the animation style. It very much looks like a mixture of the original Ditko artwork, which I love that we're paying homage to that, but also like with a mixture of Spider-Verse and kind of more modern technology animation in here as well. I'm interested to see how this show goes, because I have hopes that this can be a good Spider-Man show. Because we know we're getting Dr. Octopus in this. We're getting Coleman Domingo as Norman Osborn. Like, there's some really cool stuff that's going to be here, including Charlie Cox as Daredevil and Iron Man and Doctor Strange, which is one of the things I'm not as excited for in this, is seeing all the random team-ups with these superheroes. Like, I'd much rather see something close to one of these more classic Spider-Man cartoons like Spectacular Spider-Man or the 90s animated series where it's just Spider-Man fighting his villains, but whatever, we'll see. I'm still excited for it. We do have this great shot of the suit there as well, so that looks awesome. Then we have Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again coming March 4th. Most people will agree, our most anticipated MCU project for next year. We have a great look at Muse, the villain of this series, and he looks so cool. I don't know a whole lot about this villain, but from what I do know, he sounds absolutely terrifying, and I'm so excited to see him in action, especially with how dark and violent and gritty this show is going to be. I even heard, it was said on the Twitters that Daredevil may even say the F word in this show, which it's hilarious that has to be like a news headline that like Daredevil will say the F word, but also like for a Disney Plus show, that's a pretty big deal. We thought maybe the MC would Disneyfy Daredevil, but no, they're actually going harder than they did in the Netflix show. So that's very exciting. Mayor Kingpin looks great. Obviously, Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, he's running for mayor in this series. This just looks great. I love that. Then we have Ironheart coming in June, which is a show I'm less excited for, but still excited for more than most people because a lot of people are just hating on it. I really enjoyed her character in Wakanda Forever. She was one of my favorite parts of the film. Just not a huge fan of her new suit. I don't like how bulky it is, and I also am not a fan of it being white. I prefer the suit she had in Wakanda Forever because it was much more comics accurate, but I'm assuming this will probably just be one of her various suits throughout the series. Still looks cool. We also have Alden Ehrenreich's character, who a lot of people theorize is maybe the son of Obadiah Stane, of course, Ironmonger, the main villain of the first Iron Man film. So we could have Ezekiel Stane in here, played by Alden Ehrenreich. That would be pretty cool. And Anthony Ramos as the Hood is our main villain in this series, who is said to have a connection to Mephisto. That's right, we're finally supposedly going to get the MCU debut of Mephisto in this show, played by Sacha Baron Cohen, and he's the one that gives these powers to the Hood, Parker Robbins. He's kind of like a magical gangster is basically the best way to describe him, but he looks cool, and I'm very excited to see this character in live action. Eyes of Wakanda is coming on August 6th. This is a 4-part show. This is definitely one of the ones I'm less excited for, but like I love the Black Panther movies, I love Wakanda, and I'm just very interested to see what's in store for this, because one of the reasons I'm not excited for it, well, I'm excited for it, but not as excited for it, is just because we don't know a whole lot about it. Like, we know it's exploring the history of Wakandans and previous Black Panthers, which I think is a cool concept, and supposedly there's also going to be an Iron Fist that shows up in this series. But this animation style is very unique. It looks interesting. So there's that. And then we have Marvel Animation's Marvel Zombies, of course, fittingly coming in October of 2025. This looks great. I loved the Zombies episode of What If Season 1. It was one of my favorites. And so I'm really excited to dive back into this world on a more expanded level. Interestingly, though, after obviously getting our recent news of Blade being delayed indefinitely and not coming out next year, we have our first look at Blade in the MCU, because Blade is going to be a character in the Marvel Zombies show. We're not sure if Mahershala Ali is doing the voice, but here we have Blade as Moon Knight in Marvel Zombies. So here's Blade in the MCU, guys. He looks cool. So there's that. Interesting that he's bald. Hoping he's not bald in his movies, but we'll see. If we ever get that movie. Zombie Captain America looks great as he did in What If. And then we end off with Wonder Man in December of 2025. Probably one of my more anticipated projects from this teaser. So this is our first official looks at the show in general, and it looks great. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, I think is fantastic in this role. Here's a great look at him in his like comics accurate Simon Williams suit, the glasses, the jacket. Love this. This seems to be probably at the movie premiere of Wonder Man. I love movies and shows like this that kind of give a behind the scenes look at Hollywood. You know, it's very inside baseball. And those looks great. You know, Simon Williams going in for this audition and everything, getting the role, and being best friends with Trevor Slattery, of course, from Iron Man 3 and recently Shang-Chi. Great to see that he's his mentor. You know, he's hitting record and doing the ring light and all that stuff. So what a great friend that is. And yeah, so that looks great. And just looking at our upcoming 2025 Marvel slate, we're getting, like I said, we're getting a lot of movies and shows. It's going to be very back-to-back. January 25th, we got Spider-Man. February 14th, Captain America. March 4th, Daredevil. May 2nd, Thunderbolts, with an asterisk. June 24th, Ironheart. July 26th, Fantastic Four. August 6th, Eyes of Wakanda. October 25th, Marvel Zombies. And December 25th, October and December are just the months. They don't have an official release dates for that. So October 2025, Marvel Zombies. December 2025 for Wonder Man. So looking at that, there is very little break in between the shows. Kind of reminds me of what we had going in 2021, where I think WandaVision ended. There was maybe 1 week in between, and then the Falcon Winter Soldier started up, and then there was 1 week in between that, and Loki started up, I think. And then that ended, and then 1 week and then the week after, Black Widow came out. So yeah, it was very, very back and forth, and Marvel Studios, they're trying to slow down with content. This is very much kind of like, they have a backlog of all of these projects, so they need to just kind of get them out there. It will be a lot, but I'm excited for it, especially comparison to this year, where again we got 2 series and 1 movie. I'm excited to get all of these projects, and for we're getting 6 shows. Half of them are animated, half are live action. And some great movies are coming as well. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited for this 2025 slate from Marvel Studios? And, of course, also What If Season 3 coming this year as well. I'm very excited for this. So, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video. And hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything goes on in the Marvel life.